Okay, whether the screen is visible to people? Are the slides visible to you?
Yes, so yes, so it's visible.
Now see, we people are, yeah, thank you. Now see, we people have to discuss today on part 3 of your module 4 of sales management, right? Bearing the subject code 18 MBA MM 401, right? So many of the things we people have covered into your previous two classes related to the concepts like the motivation, okay, for any sales force and how best people can manage a sales force by using this motivation, right? So we have already gone through what we mean by sales force motivation, then meaning of motivation, right? Then nature of motivation was also discussed, right? And the type of motivation like positive motivation and then negative motivations were also being discussed, and the importance of motivation, few of them which has been listed on your screen has been already discussed, fine. Why this motivation is so important for organization and the person who is going to handle a number of subordinates below him, right? And also we people have gone through process of motivation, right, which starts with unsatisfied needs and motives, then that leads to the tension. Okay, in the third stage the tension leads to action to satisfy the needs and motives where he is going to set certain objectives. Then okay, then it goes to then goal accomplishment, and once the goal is accomplished the feedback is taken to see whether the unmet needs or unsatisfied needs or motives, whether those people have been reached by him or not. Okay, so all these things we've been discussing to your previous class. Okay, certain principles which on which any motivational programs are going to be designed for any sales people in the organization. Okay, so those principles were like security purpose, right? And principles of achievement. Okay, then principles of approval, getting recognized, and okay, having belongingness into the group, or to which they want to join themselves, right? Then we have principles of loyalty, then principles of advancement into the career of those salespeople. Principles of leadership was also being discussed, where the people into sales people into the organization will be developed and nurtured to the future requirement of leaders in the organization. And then we had principles of human behavior, that how any sales manager is going to be treating or handling the sales people into the organization with giving due respect to their emotions, their values, their aspirations, right? So these were certain principles which has been discussed into your yesterday's class, in fact. And we also been exposed to certain concepts, right? Where any sales manager, when they are going to influence the subordinate, they should have, or they should possess some five type of influencing powers. Okay, one is an expert power, second a referent power, then legitimate power, then reward power, and also coercive power. So these five powers were being discussed, okay, which will make any sales manager, and those people should have these one or the other type of power. Otherwise, handling the subordinates below them who are working becomes very difficult. So getting work done by those people, getting obedience from the subordinates, okay, it becomes very difficult if those people do not possess any one or two of these powers. Okay, so this is where we people have to start today. So your part 3 of module 4 will be beginning with the compensation, any related matters to compensation, and then also some Salesforce performance related concepts we people are going to discuss today, right? Okay, so am I audible? Can I continue?
Yes, so
Okay, thank you. So, this compensation, you people have in fact uh, gone through in your previous semester. right? Where I have taken the entire subject of compensation management. Few of them who have not, where not taken HR as a specialization, I think for them it is also very useful. Okay, so what is compensation usually? Now, in simple words, any job which is going to be performed by an employee, okay, and certain outputs which is been expected by an employer, if it is met, okay, if the performance meets the standards, okay, the required task which is being performed by an employee for the employer, so he gets in return some value, some amount that he's going to get, or sometimes apart from money also there are certain other type of compensation which he's going to receive. So here we say like compensation is the total amount of, say it's a monetary, okay, or pay, or maybe a non-monetary pay, not in the form of money, which will be provided to any of the employee for his work which is going to be given to the organization. Okay, and by an employer, the employer is going to give him return these things. What I said, like monetary, non-monetary pay. Okay, for the work whatever is being performed by that person to the organization or to the employer. So this is all about like give and take type of relationship which is going to be built between two people, employee and a employee. So employee assigns certain tasks to him, okay, to the employees, and employee will be performing it for the reason that they are expecting something in return for their work which is going to be rendered to the organization. Fine. So essentially it is a combination of your pay. Even compensation includes the vacations which is going to be given by the organization, which will be in the form of non-monetary pay, the bonuses, okay, the health insurances, where which will be paid, the premiums will be paid by the organization or the employer, okay, on behalf of the employee. This also comes under your compensation. And so any other perks that you may receive, right, like holiday tours or maybe family tours which is going to be given, all the expenses will be borne by the organization, paid leaves will be given to them, right? And then maybe a car which is given to them for a transportation, housing. So these all things will come under the perks, such as free lunches and parking to them. So these all will be added into a compensation. Now we doesn't say that only compensation is related to the monetary things. Only pay is given in the form of a salary. No, even something else also being added, which are non-monetary benefits, which is going to be received by the employee. Okay, for his performance, which is going to be rendered to the organization. Fine. So we have companies, base compensation on certain factors. There are different type of factors which we can identify easily on those basis where the compensation is going to be decided. So some companies pay more attention to these factors than the others too. For example, we have here the different types of compensation plans which we people can go through. See, certain companies usually go with only direct pay those people are going to give, sorry, so only monetary benefits will be say monetary pay will be given to the employees. Certain companies always they go with little of monetary benefit and more of non-monetary benefits. So it all depends on the employee's requirement, okay, how he finds the job as suitable to him and how he finds the compensation which is very much necessary for him. So any combination of this monetary and non-monetary pay can be decided. So there are major factors which will be decided, okay, on which we companies are going to decide what compensation has to be set for different levels of jobs into the organizations. So there are different types of compensation plans, like we have salary compensation, non-salary compensation, variable compensation, fixed 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 compensation, variable compensation,
Sir, you are not audible.
I'm audible to you people?
So now you are.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. The screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
So let me start it once again. Where financial compensations refer to the act of providing a person with certain money, as I told you, where some amount in the form of salary will be given to him for the work what he has done for organization for the or for the employee, or it may be other things of economic value in exchange for their goods, okay, maybe for the labor what those people have given, okay, or maybe something like some cost will be paid by an organization for those people who are working for the organization at the time when the job is going on, the process is going on, and they get injured. So on the job, when those people get injured, even in return to that, those people will be receiving some amount, a financial amount, okay, in the form of compensation. So there's a different kinds of financial compensation which will include like damages, right, or maybe some legal terms for the financial compensation recoverable by reason of another's breach of duty. Maybe the loss which sometimes is going to be gained by an organization due to the mistake maybe a employee or maybe a group of employees will be doing it. So sometimes even in return some amount will be also deducted from their salary for making up the losses what has been incurred due to their negligence, right? So it may be even that kind also. Then payment, we have some money which will be given. Remunerations are going to be given like deferred compensation which is been with the organization and not been given to them, or maybe we say it as a late compensation. Then executive compensation we have where this includes not just the salary but more of benefits which these people will be getting. Example like the people who sit in the strategic positions, right? So who sit in the top positions and who take a lot of risk in running the organization because their decision completely which has too much of risk, okay, their decision makes a company to have a success or a failure, so they take a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. So due to that, they will also get more of benefits for giving a lot of time to the organization in developing it. So to that, in return, those people will get an executive company or royalties. It may be for certain things which is being done, okay, by such people, okay, and some amount of royalty from the profit will be given to them. Now salary and wages, okay, they are quite common, which people may be knowing it, right? Then we have workers' compensation to protect employees who have incurred work that is the same it is as has been discussed into your first paragraph. Then we have a state salary plan. It's very most simplest compensation plan, which is going to be used by many of the organization. Especially this type of state compensation salary plan is more in industrial type of selling, we say, or maybe industrial goods companies which will be taking this state salary plan, because there is nothing like more targets will be given when it comes for selling, because sales will be very lesser, Okay, and very specific type of customers will be there, and not much follow up can also be required. Fine. So it is a very simplest compensation plan where a salesperson receive fixed sum of regular intervals. Okay, what we said, it's a fixed amount of salary what those people are going to get, then amount. Okay, that amount should be or maybe paid for a week, it may be paid, or for the month. So this is a regular intervals we say. If for 1 month the salary happens, then they can expect the next salary for the next month. So for that 30 days those people have to work, those people are going to receive the salary. Okay, so representing the total payments for their services. Now whatever the service those people render for that 30 days or maybe 7 days for that particular week, for that those people will be getting a salary. Okay, so such plans are more common among, as I told you, in industrial goods companies than among the consumer goods companies, where in consumer goods companies the market will be very wider, more segments will be there. Okay, and too much of competition will be there. Okay, due to the same type of goods which are available. Okay, or products or brands available in the market by the competing companies. Hmm? Then we have something like okay, sorry. These such plans are engaged in trade selling, especially when it comes to wholesaling or maybe retailing. There, this state salary plan can be working out for the people who are looking after the channel management, right? Now, these jobs in which selling amounts to mere just order taking. Does it go? They take an order, maybe no outbound
So your voice is breaking.
or taking more risk in wholesaling, or maybe manufacturing, or where consumers are distributed directly to retailers, where retailers take a responsibility of pushing the product to the to the customers, not the direct salesperson who from the organization will be meeting the customer. In such cases, what happens? This state salary plan will be working out because no much targets are given to them, right? Their job is to just make the channel partners to push the products of the company in the market. Audible. Okay, am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your screen is visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So where we were? Till what a line that you people have heard my voice?
Second para, sir.
Yeah, fine. So second pair, let's start once again. Now see these type of straight salary plans are more is going to be used in day type of selling, where the jobs of salesperson will be to manage the channel partners and make them to push their products in the market, right, on behalf of the company. Okay, so these people job is to manage the channel, okay, and see to it that all the channel peoples are much motivated and just make them to push the products in the market. And the job of these type of sales people will be taking orders, okay, looking after the supply chain, whether those orders which has been taken from these wholesalers and any retailers, whether those people are received the items from the organization or not. Okay, so this minimum type of job those people have to do in supporting the channel partners in making good sales for the organization. Or it can be also used for certain example, like paying the drivers, okay, a salesperson who will be selling a liquor or beverages, milk or bread, similar distributed type of products, where they are not taking much tension about how much targets are reaching, but their job is to take just an order and then deliver the items to them. So we have next something like a straight commission plan, okay, where the straight commission plan talks about theory which will be supporting the performance based type of what we say salespeople, which will be helping organization to increase the performance of salesperson on the basis of this. This can be acting like a a strategic decision of the organization, where makes a salespeople to contribute more and more to the selling activities, and the productivity also increases. So this theory supports the individual sales person should be paid according to the productivity. Now, if you perform better on the job, more and more amount of the commission that you people are going to receive, okay, in the form of monetary or non-monetary incentives. So we have like as sales volume rises to a different levels, okay, the commission rate differs from for different products, categories of customers, or during selling season also. So here this is type of a commission compensation plan, where commissions will be decided on the type of product which is going to be sold. Company may have n number of product lines, okay, different product variants. So even the commission is going to be fixed on variants also, okay, for different categories also. So which category gives more profit to the organization, for such type of category or such type of product variants, more number of commission will be set. The percentage of getting commission will be very higher in that, because the product sells little but the huge profit that organization gains out of it. Okay, so it may be a type of customers that you people are serving, okay, if they are very profitable customers, and difficult to manage such customers, and if you people are serving and handling them, on that basis also you people can get a good commission. Okay, even during the selling seasons, in the season or seasonal process especially, they sell for specific time period. Okay, so in that time period, you should keep your salespeople so highly motivated that for the entire year, how much profit is required in those season, the organization is going to earn because of the effort what salespeople put in that particular time period with the season ends. Okay, starts and ends. So this method is common in especially like clothing industry, okay, textile industries or shoes industries, in drug and also in wholesaling of hardware industries. Fine. So firm selling, especially like services, intangible type of items, like we say products, we say not items, like products, where like insurances or maybe investment securities, right, or manufacturers of furniture, office equipments, etc., etc. Okay, can be also used. See this manufacture of furniture, office equipments, or maybe a business machine, they won't come under intangibles. Okay, these are examples of intangible products which will be given due consideration for them, because of institution selling they don't do often. They will be having their own strategy or policies at what time usually they are going to buy it. Fine. Then we have something next, the third one, like a bonus, which is going to be paid for certain people for performing certain task, okay, or maybe completing or accomplishing certain task which is been given to him, right? Now it is paid for reaching sales quotas, okay, or performing some promotional activities on behalf of the organization, or identifying a new prospects, new accounts, and obtaining them, okay. And for the interest what an salesperson takes in following up the leads which is going to be generated in the market for sales, okay. The salesperson take them up properly, and they reach the prospective customers, and they try to convert them, okay, as a customers to the organization. So setting up a displays, okay, indulging into advertisement or carrying out certain other type of assignment work apart from the selling process, which will be adding too much to the his own productivity, as well as for helping organization to reduce the expenses due to the extra effort or extra work what a salesperson does for organization. In such type of conditions, these bonuses are paid to them for keeping them more motivated on the job to perform other than the job which has been specifically given to them. So it is like a additional financial reward that any salesperson will be receiving, okay, from the organization or from the employees for achieving results beyond the predetermined minimum, we say. So minimum something is given to him, and they do better work, okay, contribute more and more than what is been expected from those people by the organization or by the employer. So this is all about your bonus. And we have something like okay, and then we have something like salary plus incentive plans. Am I audible to you people?
Yes,
Vaishnavi,
sir.
Ashi. Okay. Okay, now see, we have salary plus incentive plan. So most sales compensation plans are combination of salary and say a commission plan. Where, as I told you, people, it may be a combination of some amount, okay, in the form of monetary benefit, or maybe in the form of some non-monetary benefits or pay what those people are going to get. So it is a combination. So we are going to blend all the incentives, bonus, perks, benefits, okay, money, right? So these all certain combinations will be decided by the organization to keep the people motivated and being more productive in the organization. So employees will be very happy enough when those people receive a combined or combination of salary and also incentive for the extra work that what those people are going to earn. Now salary is something very fixed one, which they are going to surely earn for that specific period of time what those people are giving their total performance for the company. So incentives are something, it goes higher or lower depends on the extra effort what employees will be doing on their job and contributing to the success of the organization, okay, or for maybe the way those people are going to achieve, okay, perform the task which is being given to those people, right? So by careful blending of say two basic plans, management will be seeking both control and motivation, as I told you, where they can control the performance of the employees as well as they can motivate them. So actual results depends upon management skills in designing and administering the plan, okay. So it's very much important that these plans will be very successful enough when it comes to it depends, sometimes it depends on the skill what a management is having or possessing, how best those people are going to uniquely design these salary plus commission plans, and how best those people are going to be administered in the organization, where it will be something like very fair, okay, to or among the employees. So the employees should consider it as very fair one to them. So we have something like Salesforce and its importance here. These are very common things which we people know and generally use into the organizations. Okay, so if you see, Salesforce is the number of sales people employed by a company, right? The total number of sales for we say employ sales executives or maybe a sales people in the organization. Say they may be working into a different cadres or different we say like positions, but still altogether whosoever is responsible for one or the other activity of a sales management, right, they will be considered as a Salesforce. Okay, so we use these people. Why we people are going to employ a Salesforce is that to promote the products of the organization. Okay, one, and second, getting a new customers to the organization, creating the customers means what, converting the prospects into the customers. Then these people will be representing the company in the market. Okay, where some customers see these sales people as a company itself. So these people are also responsible for generating good profits for the organization, right? And also to generate to bring the revenue for the organization, right? To increase the profit of the organization. Then these people will be also responsible, will be taking care of customers query, handling the objections of the customers. Okay, dealing with the problems of the customers and also solving those customers problem on behalf of the organization. Okay, so here the Salesforce, we said like work done by a Salesforce. Okay, when we say what is a Salesforce performance, this is something, the total work which is going to be done by the Salesforce. Okay, in the department, fine. Then we have impact of Salesforce on the company. Okay, sometimes image of the company is going to be developed by the Salesforce people, right? Or if you want to have good profit for the organization, these people are very much responsible in selling the products and bringing more amount which is going to be inflow to the organization. So is the result see, you take the image of the organization or it may be a profit of the organization, is purely depends on the result which is going to be given by the performance which is being done by the Salesforce for the organization, right? So we have some Salesforce evaluation, that how you people are going to evaluate the performance, right? Okay. Now see, evaluation is to measure the performance of the salespersons. So if you want to give them a compensation or incentives, you should know what is the level of performance is being given by each salesperson, right? So you have to analyze and you have to evaluate, right? And important process we set as where it will be increasing the ability of the organization in managing the Salesforce, and also it will be helping a management or say a responsible person who will be evaluating the performance of the salespeople, and he can recommend or provide certain improvements for those people in doing better for the next time, right? So it we set a very critical function, which is very dangerous function. Okay, when it comes to performance evaluation, you should be very keen observant. Ethically, you have to do it, and you should have complete justification for whatever you people are going to suggest. Okay, on the performance, given by the salespeople. So you should convince them. Okay, and you should show them what is the proper performance which is to be given and what were the lacunas found. Okay, and it means in the salespeople's performance, right? Okay, now it constitutes comparing objectives with the results. Why we do this performance evaluation? Because certain objectives are set by the organization. Okay, and those objectives, whether those are met because of the contribution which is being given by a salesperson to the organization. So output of the performance of the salesperson should be directly linked and adding to the objectives of the organization. So it says that you have to compare the objectives with the results. Okay, because results comes by the performance given by the salespeople. So to provide the feedback, if you want to improve the salespeople and make them to identify at what level those people stand when it comes to the selling process, or sorry, selling performance. So to give a feedback, you should make an evaluation of the performance of the salespeople and come with some good findings, which can be given in the form of feedback. So to take steps to further improvements, right? Where you people can help, okay, even on sales people or maybe a team of the sales people, okay, where you give them certain inputs, where they will be taking them into the form of suggestions, where it can be leading to some improvements each and every step of process, which is going to be laid down by the organization in helping the sales people to perform better. Fine. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, so
Okay, fine. So we have next something like the purposes we have here. Okay, why we use, or what is the reason behind having performance appraisal, or say performance evaluation in the organization. Okay, it's very vital, we say it's very important. Okay, which any organization has to have in their process or say activities, okay, or into their operations, where organizations to evaluate the performance of the sales force, and so continuously those people have to do it, consistently those people have to do it, and also frequently it has to be done to see or have a check on whether the plan which is being given to the sales people, whether those people are performing it better or not. Okay, so whether it is according to the plan, whether those people are working or not, because if the plan is executed properly, the expected results will be achieved. Okay, so that would be able to close a deal quickly and move to the next one, where if you are suggesting, okay, by going through the performance evaluation of the salesperson, and you people suggest him, okay, at every step of his selling process, that will be helping him in closing the sales or deals with the customers quickly, and you can make him to ready for the next assignment, or maybe for the next customer, to make him, okay, or maybe next prospect, to make him as a customer for the organization. So to monitor the performance and ensure that it is an alignment with the corporate goals and objectives, as I said you in the previous slide, where this purpose of evaluation of performance is that situate the output of the performance should directly match to the achievement of the organizational objective which has been set in advance, right? To keep a track on the progress of the salesperson and the team of selling, right? Selling persons. One, and then to take a decisions regarding the compensation, promotion, and transfers. So, what level of compensation should be paid? What variation should be brought between the two individuals who are into the salesperson? It can be decided upon evaluating the performance of both of them. Okay, once you people evaluate the performance of both of them, you come to know, okay, what level of compensation has to be paid, who has to be promoted, okay, on the basis of their skills possessed, okay, while performing, and whether the transfers should be done or not, to just occupy the vacant seats into the, or vacant positions into the organizations, to identify who can be the best into the organization. Now these performance evaluation can give an idea that who can be probably fit for those vacancies which are empty into the organizations, right? Then to develop a specific training and counseling needs or of an individual salespeople and the overall sales force. Once the performance evaluation is done, you can identify easily which are those areas where say the skills or knowledge or maybe any other sort of behavioral requirements of a salesperson in contributing, okay, into the performance, okay, of selling. So you should be clear about, okay, where there are deficiencies of skills, deficiency of knowledge among the sales force can be easily identified once you people do a sales force evaluation. Okay, then we have to provide information to for an effective human resource planning. Now this talks about how many members has to be recruited or fired, okay, where they have to be posted. For all those things, even performance evaluation of the entire team will give you where there is a shortfall of human resource which can be covered, okay, okay, and helping the organization in achieving its objectives. Fine. So to identify criteria that can be used to recruit and select the salespeople in the future. Okay, this talks about the criteria or the standards which you people have to set, that what minimum criteria, what we said, a minimum requirement for any salesperson should have and possess to be recruited or say selected in specific organizations. Fine. So to advise salespeople of a work expectations, right, or to motivate the salespeople, this performance of evaluation required to help salespeople in setting their career goals, right, counseling them. Okay, when you come to know what the deficiencies are there in the performance, if they lack in understanding their own need for their career, probably this appraisal can also help in making them to realize that what should be their goals for the career through achieving the organizational goals. To enhance the communication between the top say superior and the subordinate, like salesperson and the sales manager, this performance evaluation will be bringing both of them together. They discuss and a good relationship is built between them, and also to improve the sales performance. Ultimately, the goal of performance appraisal is what level of performance has been expected by the organization, okay, towards the salesperson. That can be easily taken. I mean, or what we say that it can be easily made a salesperson to know about, okay, what performance that he has to give on his job. Okay. We have something like dimensions of Salesforce performance evaluation. This what we'll do. We will discuss this into your next class. Okay. Or should we continue? Have time? Okay. Anyway, we'll complete this. It will be helping us to complete the entire model. Fine. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are certain dimensions of Salesforce, performance evaluation that you people have to keep in the mind. Very major dimensions. It starts with the behavioral dimension, then professional development dimension, results, and then we have profit dimensions. If we go one by one, you come to know when we talk about this behavioral dimension, okay, of a Salesforce, say the performance evaluation. This usually consists of certain standards which we people are going to relate them to certain activities, and which those activities going to be performed by sales people, or maybe you take it as an individual salesperson. So we say it as how many sales calls a person does. This shows the interest of a person in taking or making more sales calls to contact more number of customers, which will maximize the possibility of getting good sales or quantity of sales. Okay, then how best those people are going to handle the customers complaints, how much they are interested. Okay, then the every day the report which has to be submitted to the department or superior regarding their day-to-day activities. Okay, whom they have met, what was the discussion happened with the customers, when the probable sales may be closed, when the appointments are given. So all those reports has to be given to them. So we say it as required reports to be submitted by him. Then training meetings, where whenever the training happens, those people have to come voluntarily. Okay, when or maybe the call when is given to the salespeople to attend the meetings. The trainings, they have to come and undergo training to increase their skill sets, which will be adding to their knowledge also. Then letters and calls, actually, we say, that office work those people can do with respect to their performance. Then we have a professional development dimension. Here we say, like, assessing improvements in certain characteristics of salespeople that are related to a successful performance in the job, or what we say it as, like, how much a salesperson is interested or visualizing his career, okay, in the future. So where he stands present and where you want to reach in the future, right? So you have to assess the characteristics of a salesperson, okay, by taking as a standard, like, the career development as a standard. Okay, and how best those people act like a professional in their approach, selling approach with the customer and with the say the superiors. So we have include certain characters. What are those? One, an attitude of the salesperson, okay, which can suit to the selling activities, and maybe a product knowledge what he has gained, the initiative what he takes, and how much aggressive a person is in selling, what level of communication skill that he is possessing, and also the ethical behavior what he is going to show with the customers in the market. Fine. So these all comes under your professional developments. Then we have certain results where salespeople measure, objectively based on the results such as sales, market share, okay, and also the accounts. As I told you, accounts with the customers, which is going to bring it for the organizations. Okay, so here you people can measure this dimension, result dimension on the basis of how much sales a salesperson brings for the organization, what level of market share that he has covered, okay, where he has helped the organization to gain from that specific market or from the specific segment, and how many customers that he has brought to the organization, right, on that basis. And also where we have discussed on some sales quotas, which will be representing reasonable sales objectives for any territory which has been assigned to him, or any district, zone, or a say a region which is going to be assigned to a salesperson, and how much quota is able to achieve it. Okay, that can also be taken care. Then we have some sales research that these people can do, where they can give information to the organization. So some research shows that rewards for achieving results have a negative effect on the performance and also satisfaction. Sometimes depends. Now it is also a duty of any responsible person who is handling the being a salesperson, manager, as a sales manager who is handling a sales team, or say individual sales people under him. So he should know that how best you people can bring a positive effect on the attitude or say performance of the salesperson by giving them some required rewards. So sometimes what happens, they run behind the rewards and they forget about the ethical things it may be, okay, or any professional dimensions, as we people have discussed in your previous slide, right? They change their attitudes, they don't think about ethics, okay, so that can affect minds of the customers. Then we have have a impact on gross profits to the specific people will be having certain expense when sales, some amount has to be spent for traveling, maybe for DNS allowance, local conveniences given to them to reach customer, or getting the certain standards or criteria in purchase and etc. So we have something, sales evaluation, very logically it has been arranged, fine.